Ahem. Cough, cough. Well, welcome back, my boys and goyles, to another little podcast with you boys. We have here today Matthew Ferrugia. How are you doing?
Oh, hey. I am Matthew Ferrugia. I am your dear friend, and I'm here to talk about some fine content, some juge, some other good stuff with you today. Hope you're all having a fun day. Hope you're having a dandy old day. It's actually a long weekend for me, so I can go long, and I've got some high energy right now because it's Canada Day, and on Canada Day we like to feel important. So I'm doing well right now. I'm doing all right.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
And we have Mr. Searcher over here. How you doing? It's been a while.
Yeah, and until Iceborne comes out, Monster Hunter Iceborne, I am Monster Hunter Searcher.
Mm-hmm.
Got my Legiacris gear on for the summer. Jump into the pool, hunt some eel crocodiles. It's pretty good. I'm feeling really good after playing Iceborne, so...
you played beta?
I played the beta and had a lot of fun with it. Definitely
looks
something
pretty
I plan
great.
to get.
Yeah, looks good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it has been a while, but that's just because my job likes to keep me busy on Sundays. For some reason, they're always like, oh, you can work Sunday morning, right? And then by the time I get home, I just have to do a bunch of other stuff, because I've also been streaming a whole lot of times now, too.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that I got this Blue Yeti microphone. I've been doing it a lot more.
Yeah. It's a good mic.
Yep.
But other than that, I've even fallen behind when it comes to Common Writer, so that's how you know how busy I am when I can't even keep up with that.
That's your number one.
Yeah, I know. But I have gone from Agito to Blade. Like, I'm watching Blade now.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't watched that.
Blade has such a opening.
Yeah.
I mean, not just like the actual opening, but I mean like the series opener is like.
Well, I find myself go to my phone every now and then while watching Blade right now.
Yeah, it's not great in the beginning, but it builds pretty well, and it makes up for it at the end. Like the end was really exciting. I remember.
It's one of those. No. Wait till like the halfway point, and then it gets good. That's when the game where the movie show gets good. The halfway point.
You know, it's a sad stereotype, but it's very true with Blade, because you really don't actually even like Blade as a character until like halfway through the series.
Well, I mean, I had to do that with Kuga with one of my friends. It's like, no, but wait till like, I don't know, 10 episodes in, then you'll finally like it.
How can you not like the man who knows 100 tricks?
So that's what I've kind of been up to. The only things I've really kept up with is JoJo and... No, that's about it. It's JoJo, yeah. Oh, One Punch Man.
Season 2, baby.
Yeah.
Season 2?
Yeah, we got that good Genos versus Garo fight.
And Genos lost, right?
It's still in the middle of the fight. Because Silverfang interrupted. This is after he just slapped like 8 A-class heroes. So.
Oh yeah, I saw
them.
the Death Gatling fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, the only matches I care about are the Moomin Rider matches. Like Moomin Rider versus Angry Grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Moomin Rider almost got his melon squashed by Garo though.
And of course, Josiah. How you doing, Josiah?
Oh, me? Me, this mysterious voice has been talking this entire time?
What's this boy?
I've been watching the gayest anime ever, Ultraman 80.
That's a really high bar, jeez.
Everything's rainbows, everything's cupcakes and sunshine, and evil monsters that come from the egos of children. There's no blood. I want gore with my Ultraman, and it's so kind and like he makes two of a monster and a child, a monster parent and a child make up and go back into space, and then I feel like I'm starting with the most niche Ultraman to begin with.
You picked the right time of year to watch the gayest Ultraman too. Right smack in June.
Yeah, at the end of it.
Yeah.
That's right smack in it.
Right smack in it.
And of course, me, your host, Sterling
It's you!
Silver. How
It's
you
Sterling.
doing, boys?
Sterling, we love you, buddy. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Nothing really much to talk about except, yeah, I'm looking forward to that Iceborne stuff, but not until it's out. I don't really care for the beta because all my stuff that's downloaded is the stuff that I'm playing right now, and it's pretty much like 2 gigabytes of like stuff left in that PlayStation 4. But yeah.
I just got Monster Hunter rank 50 about 3 days ago. And I think you can remind me of this because my memory's fading, getting close to 30. Did they say you have to be Monster Hunter rank 50 for the Iceborne because it's G rank?
I don't think so, because the Iceborne
so I wasted
itself.
my life for nothing.
The Iceborne itself, you can go into it like as a new player.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they're like selling it as like a separate game, pretty much.
Well, fuck! I just wasted all that time on gold weapons for no goddamn reason.
But I mean, you can, I guess, like they're gonna start off with like also G rank stuff, I guess, like as an option. But I think the main story thing is very, very, very low for them people.
I guess it just means people like us can just easily go in and kick Tygrap's ass.
Yeah, and learn everything. But I'm pretty sure that there's gonna be something there to like keep us like level 60s and above.
Gollum and Dur.
So with that, JoJo is happening, right, guys? It's not at all.
We've taken a bit of a break, but we have been following along. Yes.
Yep. We've definitely have from episode 22 to episode 36, and we'll be like, I guess, shotgunning each episode just to say that, yep, this thing happened, and
Oh yeah.
So before that, how's everybody on JoJo so far? Like, what are their thoughts so far on it? 'Cause, oh boy, I've got a lot of things to talk about.
I think that overall, Golden Wind has been more consistent with how well it's been adapting its anime version than Diamond is Unbreakable was, because we saw quite a lot of foibles, especially with the raw animation quality with Diamond, like partway through. Whereas here, it's been more or less really strong for most of the character designs. There are a few weird moments where King Crimson comes across as really like over animated, which has resulted in some frames of King Crimson that look wildly out of fucking proportion. But for the most part, it's been like really, really sharp. So I'm very
I disagree with that.
No,
I would say it's just about the same as Diamond is Unbreakable.
I'd say it's a bit better. It's going good.
I'd say they use a lot thicker lines, a lot more dynamic shots, but I'd say it's just about the same. Like, I've noticed just about as many cheaper methods in both, from, if I'm remembering correctly, from Diamond is Unbreakable.
As in animation quality and stuff like that?
Yeah,
I'd say
just
so.
like yeah.
Definitely with the main bad guy doing his stuff.
I can't think of anything as bad as quality Queen that showed up during Killer Queen's introduction, though. So if there's something that's that bad that I've forgotten about, then yeah. But no, I think that Golden Wind's been doing really well for visuals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, as always, I've already read this JoJo, and it's not my favorite JoJo.
No.
The anime has proven it's still not my favorite JoJo.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous to think about like how many people love this one and think it's their favorite when this is like really where all the rules get broken constantly at every turning second.
That's true. Yeah.
No, I will say that I'll give it a pass for still like 100% sticking with it and like being like, okay, there's people that like this manga, let's just not do anything more or anything less. And
well, yeah, but I mean,
okay,
but the level of ridiculousness is just like over the top even for JoJo as far as like breaking canon rules and
But
soul swapping.
Maybe those people that like it because of it's so ridiculous and stuff like that, which I'm not one of those people. Very, very, very much not so. But yeah.
To be honest, if it wasn't for the fact that Japan has the hugest direction for Italy, I don't even think that it would even stay the biggest part over there. Like that's the huge draw is the fact that Japan loves Italian culture, but for whatever. I can't see any other reason why it would have as much staying power there because the writing quality is wonky. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. But they love it. They love that. They love that aesthetic. So all the more power to them.
So anything else before we go straight into it?
I would have to say that since I finished the manga as the anime was going on. Like I'd say about a couple months ago. For the first week or so after I finished it, I was riding off the high of finishing Ventuario. So I'm like, oh yeah, fucking great. Like, why does everyone say this is flawed? This is beautiful. It's a great old gangster story. I love it. And now that the honeymoon period's over, I'm looking back on my first week of completion. Like, yeah, there's some parts there that are like, okay, maybe not the best JoJo part, but I had a good time nonetheless because even one of the worst JoJo parts is still JoJo. So I'm just hoping that this wraps up well. So fingers crossed. Good, good nonetheless. But yeah, it's all from me.
So hopefully your minds and remembering are good. So episode 22 and episode 23, that's where Narantia goes against Clash and Talking Heads, or cough, excuse my language, Crush and Talking Mouth.
Yeah, Crush 40 and Talking Mouth.
Yeah, Crush 40, yep. Yeah. That spicy hot pat thing, yep.
I love it.
Crush 40, yep.
What a fucking genius Pat is. That was a pretty good fight.
Yeah, I liked it. It's a little bit here and there of being like, the fish being able to transport stuff in between
shark boy
water, but it's just moving super fast between them, not really teleporting. And then Talking Mouth, or cough, Talking Heads, whatever.
A stupid stand that only works whenever you use it with something else.
It's weird, but I mean that combination is good, especially those two characters that are those stand users, which are
those Pride attendees, which we'll be talking about a lot because there are a lot of Pride attendees.
There's definitely a lot of those. Yep.
Squalo and Tiziano.
You know, it was the gay 2000s in Italy.
Yeah. Everyone was gay. There's no sense in judging when everyone's gay. Come on now.
Yeah, you see, Sterling, I agree there. When it comes to filthy acts done at a reasonable price, we'll also just go whatever at that name.
Yeah.
It's not D4C. Fuck that.
Oh, that'll be interesting whenever they adapt Part 7, because there's a lot of names they gotta change.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Kanye West up here, boys.
Which Kanye West track was used for Part 7?
What do you mean track? I think
Wait.
it was just Kanye West. And then,
Yeah, it was just his name.
Yeah.
No, I would.
Definitely just his name.
I would have heard of that. I think I would have heard of that. Are you serious?
Give me 1 second here.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Kanye West is like.
Hey, Google Kanye West JoJo Part 7.
Oh God, is this real?
Yes,
What?
It's also the only part that actually has a Japanese band slash song as a stand.
It's the 17th rider, the fucking steel ball red. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no! It's Kanye.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Fuck. Okay.
Someone's
I am
not
the
up
fool.
to date with JoJo cough cough.
I am the fool. it
Someone's
seems.
not up to date with a manga that's been out for several years.
I'm reading Part 6. Stone Ocean's a good time. I like Part 6.
I'm probably gonna reread it again here pretty soon because it's been a long time since I read Part 6.
Yeah. Thank
So,
you
yeah,
for setting me straight.
So yeah, Narancho figures out how to deal with Crush 40 and Talking Mouth, but yeah. Nothing much to talk about there. It's just a fun little stand combination, and that's pretty much about it. Nothing too much. The next 2 episodes, 24, 25, the Notorious Chase and Spice Girl make their way.
Yeah, B.I.G.
Or Spice Lady, which is a fine
that's pretty
thing to get to when it's Spice Girl. I think one of us...
Is that just Hispanic mom?
Yeah.
Or Spicy Lady, right? Spicy Lady? Yeah.
I don't know.
Spice.
I think maybe Spicy Lady.
I think it's a spicy lady. Yes. Yeah.
But a stand in which I think breaks the rules.
Yes,
but
it does.
It
Hard.
is okay
I think it means soft.
in its thing, because like to be killed is to activate a stand, right? The Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah, the stand grows stronger after death. He still has a stand, but it doesn't awaken fully until he's dead. Which is so it's an independent stand, basically.
Yeah.
Like Superfly.
Yes.
He loves it when you call him Big Papa.
Yep. Big Papa.
Big Papa. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Yeah, it's a weird ass fight, and the most gross example of rule breaking in that fight actually comes from that scene that almost made me fucking outraged when I read it in the manga, where who's it again? Spice Girl takes a steel pipe and just jams it through Notorious B.I.G. And all I can think to myself is, yes, of course, only stands can hurt and kill stands, right? Yes. just clarifying that and that. Okay, yeah, sure. If you say so.
Oh, Spicy.
Superfly broke the same rules too. It was a pylon that people could touch and see, and it was physically in the area. So I mean, there are some things. Of course, whenever you get to things like Sanctuary or what I know, Cathedral. What's the What's
Who's the user again?
It's not Chocolat. It's the other guy.
Oasis. Yep.
Yeah, Oasis. That's what it is. Yeah.
But
That's
Sanctuary
like a
is
stand,
the
I guess.
yeah.
Well, yeah, the subs were calling it, because the English, it's like Sanctuary. I think they changed it from like Sanctuary to Cathedral or one of the, I can't remember which one or the other. But yeah, Oasis, because like he's wearing this thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so like people have been putting up a whole bunch of memes after like the normies found out about this. Watching JoJo for the first time, and they're doing all these memes about him just walking around naked in public, and be like, "This is what the public sees when they see him."
Oh, that's good. I like that.
By the way, I'm on the train of that Pat is, where I would love to see just Notorious B.I.G. go attack Poochie when he just goes faster than the speed of time.
Wait, where does the? Oh no! Wait. The climax of Part 6 takes place off the coast of Florida, right?
Yeah.
Around there.
Okay.
It's a Gulf Coast, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
And then ends at their space theme. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure transporting through space and time is a little faster than the Bermuda Triangle.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
There's a range limitation, though. But yeah, that would still be a strange twist. A little bit less likely than the big fan theory of Giorno surviving the end of Part 6. But that's probably not going to happen either. That would be
and then,
a bit too much of a stretch.
Kamen Rider Decay could never happen to JoJo. I'm always going to be salty about that shit.
Ride the train to kill yourself in the past and somehow still be alive, even though we don't use multiple world lines of this series.
And then he appears in fucking Geo.
Yeah.
Just to piss me off even more. Oh, fuck.
Everybody always talks about the demons in it, and that's the only saving grace to Deno.
By the way, so if Spice Girl makes something soft,
Yeah.
and then they hit the water, is that a reference to soft and wet? Is that Part 5 referenced in Part... is that Part 8 being referenced in Part 5?
Part 5.
Eric, he sure does love his foreshadowing, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Like that time that we see Jotaro's fatal wound in the fucking fight in Part 3. What's the fucking manga kid's name again?
The one who
Oingo Boingo fight. The fight with Oingo and Boingo, where we see in that manga the actual fatal wound that Jotaro does receive 3 parts later.
Yeah. Isn't it like
Yeah.
his head gets something like
Cut
off or something like that? I don't know.
Cut right down the eye. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same wound.
Yeah.
Foreshadowed 3 parts earlier. It was cool. Black.
And yet he can't even remember what's happening in the same part as he writes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's inconsistent, just like his stand rules. So there you go.
It's like the fact that age plays no effect on his mortal body.
That's right.
Yeah. He's in a perpetual state. So he can't grow as a writer and he can't degrow. So
That's true.
the next episodes, well, of course, Spice Girl destroys or puts Notorious B.I.G. in its place, in the water for some reason, and it's not dead, so of course it's still out there somewhere until, of course, the Part 6 ending. 26 and 27-ish, we get a new quote-unquote person called Doppio.
Oh,
Who's this
Doppio
person?
vinegar.
Uh-oh. And we find out that it's his split personality or something of Diavolo. And we get a cool fight between him and Metallic. Yep, Metallic is the name.
Nero Risotto, leader of La Squadra.
The master of puppets himself.
That's right.
Yep. So I had no idea of this fight because,
Yeah.
like, again, I watched the game and it only covered the main characters fighting other stands, but not Diavolo or anybody else fighting other people's stands, which is Metallica. So this one was like a pretty much breath of fresh air of like, oh hey, that's something new that I've never seen before, and hey, that's something cool that he does, and oh boy, yellow blood, oh boy, and all that stuff with all the iron and all that Cracker Jacks.
All the irons
But yeah.
pulled out.
Yeah, I think Metallica and his stand user is a cool design, the coolest one that I've seen so far in this JoJo part.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that he gets bodied by Narantia.
Of course, Obakio gets freaking bodied like everyone knew he would.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Maybe if he wasn't such a bully and had some better
Maybe he had
better
a stand that
karma.
wasn't absolutely useless in combat.
It's true.
Of course, yeah. That's what you get when you're being nice to children.
That's what you get when you play with dolls all day.
But yeah,
That's what you get when you're an Italian police officer. When you talk to kids.
yep,
Man.
yeah.
I mean, when they were designing his character sheet, they're just like, all right, so what do you want for skills? Give me all the support ones. Okay, so what about combat? No, just all the support ones.
Yep.
Okay, so I want permanent purple lipstick on my lips. I want ridiculous hair. I don't want to be able to change my outfit at all. And then, oh yeah, make sure that I can pee for a really long time and it tastes delicious. There we go.
That's a good build. That's a good D&D character sheet right there. That's what you want.
And yeah, pretty much he dies still kind of disliking Giorno for still good reasons, I believe. And let's see here. Then after that, there's nothing really all that amazing. Let me see here. I think they get the call after that episode where they, we know what the boss's face looks like, from a mysterious caller. Cough, cough, Polnareff, cough, cough.
What? No! Really?
Yeah.
Jean-Pierre Eiffel? The man himself?
Man, there's just a lot of broken promises from members who survive things.
Yeah.
So episode 28 was the episode where Bakio dies and stuff like that, and Metallic gets bodied. Episode 29, they make it to, or going to, the Coliseum, and they are set upon by Cioccolata's stand, green tea,
Green tea.
which is a mold that only affects those going down.
It
Those
only
lower
than the
changes
those
when
lower than
your
the user.
elevation changes.
Oh,
Okay, so it only affects those who are at a lower elevation than the user, and they have to go lower.
yeah.
Yeah.
And which is okay, Iraqi. I think you are going a little bit too far into the Wikipedia pages, but okay.
Hey, I don't know. Have you seen some of Stan's from Part 8?
Yep.
It's a crazy, like, Part 7 was such a delight because a lot of the stands made sense, and some were redos of some previous stands that could have been done better, and they were this time. Man, Part 8, it's like, hey, you remember those stands that you love from these characters that I'm completely redoing because the universe been reset? Let's just put them in a scrambler and just see what comes out. Oof.
Mm-hmm. Listen, Green Day would be a pretty great stand power to have in the Maritimes where I live, because we got so many goddamn fucking mountains and hills.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'd be a strong stand there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, we get an introduction between them and sort of only really his power, but in the following 3 episodes, which is cool, I guess, is the green tea standoff and a sanctuary standoff between Giorno and Bucciarati, respectively. And apparently mold can't affect Bucciarati because he's already dead. Cough, cough. But his body is unable to grow mold because it's already, dead. So that's super handy and really weirdly in place in towards Sanctuary, cough cough, Oasis's standability, or Green Day's standability, being able to do that. So. And then Sanctuary being able to swim in, I guess, the ground. Is that his stand, really? I think that's about it for his stand, is that he's able to swim in that. Oh, and make everything around him be able to be, like, I guess, liquid-y-ish.
Yeah.
And is able to bring them in.
He can swim in solids, and also his base stats are even better for hand-to-hand combat than sticky fingers. So he's good in a fist fight. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Watch the Don Quixote arc of One Piece. Then you got it.
Yeah. He's able to use the ground.
Senor Pink, yeah.
To bounce back his punches and stuff like that. So not really much to talk about except Chocolata is a door to behold when he's talking about all his weird fetishes, and between him and Oasis being able to be, I guess, another June month combination
couple
of characters. Cough cough. And not much to talk about in these 3 parts except Bucciarati's plan to solve Sanctuary's advancements on him is to blow up a car's wheel inside the water because that works, and it explodes Oasis's ears, but then really not affects himself because oh no, he's already dead, so he don't matter. Like, okay, fine. Except he's able to hear everything still, unlike Oasis. But okay, fine. I guess that works. Cough cough. And
yeah, that's always a little
yeah, and then green tea gets bodied super hard by Giorno and Mista, and that was pretty cool with the helicopter and growing stuff like that.
He took some big punches. He took a big old punch. Lots of them.
He started losing punches there for a bit.
Oh, but then after that, kind of, he does, Bucciarati does get affected by that, sort of. And, he is kind of a little bit blind. And Diavolo, in the midst, uses Doppio to be, oh, hey, I'm actually, the girl, what's her name?
Trish.
Trish, yeah. He's actually able to use Trish's quote-unquote spirit to deceive Bucciarati to say, oh, hey, yeah, let's go to the Coliseum, guys. And meets Polnareff there. But Polnareff is all like, yo, dog, who that character there, dog? And stuff happens. So, episodes 33, 34, and 35, and 36 pretty much wrapping up this whole episode talk of JoJo. Polnareff is all like, yo, what's up with this character here, dog? That's not Trish. That's Doppio, but who's
that
Doppio? Who the heck is Doppio? Oh no, it's Diavolo. Uh-oh. And then he does some quick wit stuff, does some brain blast stuff, and puts the arrow that he had to give the people, but he's like, no, I'm gonna give it to my stand, Silver Chariot, and turn him into Silver Chariot Requiem or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's back up a second there, Sterling. You forgot the important fact of Araki forgetting how to draw Jotaro in a flashback, so he made him kawaii Desu.
Well, I mean, I think it goes well with the art style that he had, but yeah, it's weird to go back and like, oh hey, that's how Jotaro looks like, right?
Oh yeah, no,
Yep.
he was like,
I remember that promise that they'd always meet up together if anyone was in a bind, and how Polnareff lost his arm and his legs, but couldn't use that advanced World War II technology the Speedwagon Foundation already knew about to rebuild his body parts so he could actually walk.
You can't.
Let's just forget that the Speedwagon Foundation is a thing, and that Polnareff knows about them and is in close ties with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
If
you
you were
have Fist of the North Star and his Bishoujo anime boy, like, free type of anime.
all that I'm saying is, if Stroheim was able to be constructed into a fucking Terminator back in part 2, then there's no excuse for this shit with a Polnareff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's got the most basic prosthetics.
Yeah. Oh, they suck.
Oh, man.
So we quickly know how to figure out, or how Polnareff is able to figure out how Diavolo's stand is able to, I guess, is able to catch when he's using his time ability. Just I guess bite your finger and let the blood drop off, and then if there's too much blood splatter, oh, he's right behind you. Gotta do it quick, boys. And that's gotta get in that mix-up, Emperor Crimson. What you talking about? And
as soon as
Emperor Magenta.
as soon as you see the blood splatters step forward, you've got like a fraction of a second to dodge your attack. Yeah.
Yep. But he's always behind you, so.
Always.
Yeah, no.
So it's like,
why would he attack your friend?
So yep, that's that. The Emperor, which is Silver Chariot Requiem, is not as cool as in the manga. At least visually, because I don't know why they decided to make it look like it's like a shadowy-ish being with like effects on him that look not really that great. That looks like he's liquid instead of like it being a shadow, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's just like my little thing. Other than that, his ability to switch spirits with everybody else is like, okay, alright. And yeah, Bucciarati gets switched into Diavolo, and Doppio is only switched into Bucciarati. And all that stuff. We get some weird stuff happening. More
Boy,
weird
do we ever.
stuff getting built up in the weird factor.
I had completely forgotten, 100% fucking forgotten, that part of Silver Chariot Requiem's skill set is fusing and mixing up the DNA of everyone within like a fucking mile. It's ridiculous.
It's almost like he has too many abilities.
He's got too many superpowers.
Listen, don't blame Araki just because that night he watched Freaky Friday and he's like, yeah, I gotta put this in here somewhere.
Yeah.
And then, a couple Cronenberg movies, and he's like,
Yeah.
And yeah, we figure out that Doppio and Diavolo's spirit go into different people, which shouldn't make sense, but yeah. Even when Polnareff tells you that, no, dog, it's only when you switch with another person and that's it. You can't switch in with another person. And then we figure out that Diavolo is with Mista's body, who is with Trish as well. And yeah, that's pretty much where we kind of leave off, except we
More or less.
get the ability sort of what Requiem is being able to do with the shadow, and for some reason King Crimson is able to figure that out and is like, oh no, there's a sun behind me, let me destroy that, and do that. I'm like, okay.
I got the cheat codes.
Like, alright, okay, I wasn't even looking at that, but gotta explain it fast. Be too
Nobody
fast.
was.
But yeah.
Just punch behind you.
Yeah.
There you go. You can get the arrow. No problem.
finally makes so much sense.
It's just like, wow, okay. It's the light inside me. And then, yeah. I can very much see, since I've only looked at the gameplay of the game this is based on, and I can definitely see.
It's a game this is based on the...
Yep, definitely.
Not the game that's based on this.
Oof. And I can definitely see that this is a very, very dividing part with fans, and yeah, I was like, okay, give me something here like where Green Day and stuff like that were like happening. Like, all right, okay, this is like a little bit before that with Metallica and King Crimson. I was like, okay,
well,
this is
actually,
cool.
Funny thing about Green Day, if we're gonna get into it, is that Chocolat was actually originally supposed to be Fugo.
Yes. Yeah.
The design or the entire personality?
No, that's who they were supposed to be fighting. Fugo was supposed to betray him.
Oh.
And go back to the boss.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And he leaves the party, but then joins back with the boss because he doesn't want to betray the boss. And then that's why he has such a similar ability to Purple Haze.
Well, that makes better sense and should have been done, but okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the prevalent information that I've gathered, like what I've mainly heard, is that and at the time that Eric was writing Part 5, he ended a friendship with a close friend and didn't have it in him right now to do a close portrayal with one of his cast members. So that's a bit of an odd little take on it, but I haven't heard anything else as far as theories goes. So I don't know. Maybe that's true, but that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Didn't have the heart to do it.
But yeah, as I was saying, like, I was like, okay, yeah, this is getting up there. But then when Silver Chariot Requiem happen and all that crazy stuff happens, and it doesn't really feel like, oh, this is the end of like a thing, and it doesn't feel like a climax or anything. I'm just like,
Yeah, it really doesn't help to introduce radical new mechanics right before the ending of your story.
Yeah. And I think
especially when you know it's just gonna marry through everything.
Yeah.
In the end.
And especially like comparing it to Part 4's climax, it does have that same kind of like, oh, gotta get this new thing with when he, like, I guess gets stabbed with the arrow, the main bad guy, and like his new ability being able to, like, I guess kill anybody and everybody that figures out his identity or something like that. And I was like, okay, that's cool, and like it's being used and it's being like pretty much fleshed out, sort of, and then like all that stuff is being like, okay, this feels like a super important and really needs to be like combated as fast as possible. But then this one is just like, oh, gotta stab my stand so it can like take this arrow away from anybody else that will take it, and then that's it. Like, oh, okay, and then
also,
Diablo.
I'm still alive. My stand is going rogue.
Yeah.
But no, there's another thing too, because it really just like that's the thing, is that like we're learning all the mechanics for Silver Chariot Requiem, but like we know Giorno's gonna do the thing, because Giorno's gotta do the thing, because he's JoJo, and so it really just feels like we're just taking up time for instead of fleshing out like people who actually matters abilities with the Requiem power.
Yeah.
Because that's all it is, just one giant stalling moment before the climax.
Yeah. And from what I remember, I think this is only going to be 39 episodes, or 38, or 30, something around there. So these are the last.
The original slot was 44. Or am I just?
No.
Am I misremembering that?
No. Because like that was what happened with Part 4 as well. Like they said it was going to be like 30 something. Yeah, okay. And then here it's going to be like 39, I believe, episodes. I believe. And yeah, that's...
You believe, you have a dream.
And we still have to get to whatever the Hello Kitty that round ball is.
Oh ho ho.
Rolling Stone.
Yeah,
Rolling Stone.
Or
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
It's a weird one because it was.
It's not even a thing.
Yeah.
Really.
You'll find out. Yeah.
So, you guys have problems when certain characters get extra powers. So you guys have a problem with Ryu Requiem?
Ryu Requiem. What?
Evil Ryu. Where it's just Ryu,
Oh
but he
yeah,
gets
gotta
a
get
little
that
extra
dark Hado,
power.
huh? Gotta get that dark Hado.
He becomes Ryu Requiem.
Nah. I just have a problem with like, oh, there's this new thing here, and we all have to learn it like in like 3 seconds, and we gotta like make things up as we go along, because we definitely did not infer this to happen. Gotta go fast.
Can you imagine if something like Dragon Ball did that? Wouldn't that be fucking stupid?
You mean like it almost every single day in Dragon Ball Z? Yeah.
Wouldn't it be really stupid if they found out, like in JoJo, there's something like S cells in Dragon Ball Z?
Oh yeah.
Like something that you get infected with, and then it's just part of you, and depending on how strong it is how strong you are and how many abilities you get. That would be ridiculous.
Alright.
Yep, that would.
Cough. And yeah. This has been like when I was starting it from like episode 1, I was like, okay, take me on a ride, Giorno.
Yeah.
And
gangster story.
It's just it's never been like, okay, I'm on a ride right now. I'm just still like, take me on that ride, guys. I'm waiting. And it's been
Come on, Giorno, win me over with your award-winning personality.
Yeah. And
Now we've been talking. We've been talking a fair bit about 36 and 37, but we haven't really mentioned how bad Narancha got nay-nayed by Diavolo.
Oh yeah, and then that whole thing with Giorno was being able to transfer his soul into Narancha for some
It wasn't
reason.
his transfer his soul. It's that he was close enough to his original body that he just went back into it.
Shwoop! Done. It sucked it back
After
up.
all the crap that's pulled in these last couple episodes, that is the most believable thing. Don't even try and fight me on that.
Listen, it's bullshit, but you believe it.
That's true.
It makes sense with all the new wacky crazy rules they're doing with wacky crazy Requiem.
Agree to disagree. But yeah,
It makes sense if somebody dies in your body, then that body's vacant. You can go back into it because that's where your original spirit, soul, whatever it was.
Yeah, but then the standability makes it so that they're split up for that reason. So I don't.
Well, yeah, but also whenever he's talking about how he did it accidentally at that French farm,
Yeah.
and then he took the arrow away from him, and then everything stopped. And so I don't see why after they take the arrow away from him for a little bit, like they don't revert.
Yeah. No, that would make 100% sense if they
Yeah, but
got the
it
arrow
doesn't happen.
and then he was able to return back to his body. But right then and there,
Well, but that's the thing, though. Even though they take back the arrow, freaking the Silver Chariot Requiem doesn't revert back to Silver Chariot or just disintegrate because Paul and the rest original body's gone.
and then that makes
So many things. So many things.
Yep. There's a whole lot of like, don't think about it too hard now.
Don't turn on your brains. Don't. No.
I
Just
would
consume.
love if one day we could have Eric on the podcast and just have him like listen uncomfortably as we tear apart his beloved manga for like half an hour, and then at the end of it we're like, oh, we still love it though. Don't worry, it's still wonderful. Still a classic. Don't worry about it. Yeah. There's a fair bit of holes in part 5, but you know.
Excuse me, Mr.
It's JoJo.
Araki-san. Can you
Yeah.
bring Toriyama-san here? And we'll see who can forget the most characters in their stories.
Your ability to forget rules versus his ability to forget the cast. They're all gone now.
So, Toriyama, what about lunch? It's alright, I've already eaten.
Yeah.
Launch's story has been told. She has been deleted from the story. Oh, well. That's okay. That's fine. So, yeah. JoJo continues to be JoJo.
A lesser JoJo.
Well, yeah. Fair enough.
But again, I will commend it for sticking with its own crazy rules set up in its manga and being able to still have those fans be able to appreciate this anime adaptation at least to some degree. And now I'm like, okay, fine. If you don't want to change nothing and keep those fans, I guess those fans will be appreciative. I mean, it's not like those fans are 100% with it, but you know.
Yeah.
And
Now,
hey,
for all of Vento Ario's faults, like there's a couple characters like Buchirati and Mista in particular who are absolute great. Like there are some real well-deserved fan favorites here. So it's still got its strengths in its cast. We just have some glaring flaws here and there.
Oh yeah, I will say that the one thing that I did like and found like sort of appealing is the Bucciarati's conundrum of being like, oh, he's actually dead. But yeah, that's
it's
really
interesting.
about it, really.
Yeah.
Like, that's a cool
It
concept.
definitely identifies with the scene kid inside of me.
Yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
all we have to do is wait 2 more years, And then we get to post all the religious memes. And we get to see Joe Jesus.
No, that's actually 4 more
fuck
years
yeah,
away.
America.
That's actually 4 more years away, dog.
4 for lucky.
But hey, you know what? If they get part 6 out by June of next year,
Oh, I doubt that.
Yeah, it'll probably be out, and again, I believe I think so. Every JoJo release has been 2 years ish apart. So
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah.
Happy Poochie and Dio month, and Foo Fighters and any other girl month.
Yeah.
It'll be Turner and Pooch all over.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Any lasting thoughts on this before we?
No, none.
No?
I read the manga.
I also read the manga.
I skipped it. So
You skipped it.
I skipped it
Now-
for the
One
best part.
skip.
Now, before we leave this subject, no one has mentioned the amazing upswing in quality of the new intro. Why is everyone not mentioning that?
Because it's a
a
misnomer. It's a
Oh.
non-thing.
Oh, really?
The non-issue, yeah.
I love Trader's Requiem. It's so good.
You mean the intro that is 100% skippable? Yeah.
Dude, when the gangsta drops at the very beginning of it, that gives me life. That's like my own personal shot of a gold experience right there.
What about when they ham-fist the time stopping in the end of it, so it looks like the other ones who actually have time powers,
It's fine.
and it doesn't fit the mood of the song at all.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let me have
I
my
don't
fun.
because I don't really worry about part 5, but
I never thought I would be wanting the first intro back, but here I am.
Well, we are all
Just-
entitled to our own incorrect opinions, I guess.
Just wait till Mother's Basement releases his video on what's in an OP for, part 5, Trader's Requiem.
And then it'll be interesting again.
It'll
and
be
then
clean cut.
And then you'll all come to me saying you're sorry, and I won't forgive you. But that's all right. Life goes on. It's okay.
It doesn't even matter because
Yeah, it does.
because
it's
the
a good
only
opening.
intro we're gonna care about is "Wanted Dead or Alive" by Bon Jovi when Part 7 comes out,
Probably. That's okay.
or
no.
by
Part 7's ending is gonna be Cowboy's Hat.
That rap song?
What?
Oh no, never mind. I was thinking about that.
It's a country song.
I was thinking about the
Or-
rap song that's a country song that
When we
released
finally
sometime
get to
Disgusting.
Part 8, and finally we can have Smash Mouth and JoJo together.
Yeah. No, I like Sterling's idea. We should throw in Old Town Road as as the outro for Steel Ball Run. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that would be fun.
No, it's gonna be It's gonna be John Denver, Rocky Mountain High.
What's that one with the screaming cowboy in the back in the mountain?
Okay, the meme song.
Just have the fucking screams take us away. Just take me away at the end
All I
of the
know is
episode.
there'll never be a more disappointing moment in a JoJo when you're making a JoJo series and they literally give Gangsta's Paradise to Sonic
Yeah.
movie instead
Yeah.
of JoJo.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have it. Sonic can have it.
Yeah.
He can have it. He's earned it. Sonic's earned it. Thank you very much.
The Gangster's Paradise is by Ludacris or who?
It's a combination, I believe.
But yeah, I think whoever made that is a fan of Sonic.
No, it's by Coolio, dude.
Yeah, Coolio. There you go.
Yeah,
Coolio
it's
and
Coolio.
no, there's a couple people in on it though. It's featuring quite a few people.
Yeah, but I think the rights are like pretty much.
Yeah, Cooley has the rights with LB. Well, the rights with Universal, who not only do they Universal in Japan help produce JoJo and have rights to JoJo, but they also have the rights to the Sonic film. And they, not only that, but they also have the song rights to all of Smash Mouth. But you know, who's checking up on these things?
So
Who really paid attention?
I wasn't gonna mind, say, Country Roads being a JoJo Part 7 song, but then Fallout 76 happened.
Yeah.
Oh, it should just be Big Iron. We'll just take it back from Fallout.
So, this past 2 weeks, E3 happened, and some games got announced after and before it.
They did.
Yeah.
Nothing important though.
Nothing really important, true. Yeah, but
besides,
we covered most of the big stuff on the last one. Yeah.
Except not Kafka.
We didn't hear about the Nintendo stuff yet. That's true, but most of the other stuff we'd already heard about.
Yeah.
I mean, Animal Crossing is never coming out. Yeah. They're putting in a patch for Mario Maker 2 to make you so you can play with your friends, because somehow they missed that idea that that's what people wanted to do.
So let's get right into the news.
That's right.
Dragon Quest is confirmed.
Yeah.
Everybody can be okay. Everyone's okay, alright? All your favorite Dragon Quest heroes are here in Super Smash Brothers, you know.
The hero draws near.
Yep. Everybody wanted that. Even that one from the anime series is in that Attack Smash Ultimate thing.
The final Smash, yeah. Everyone shows up for that. It's weird.
Except for the other two anime stuffs, but okay. I guess they don't get
and Dragon Quest Joker, fuck that shit. That's not canon. Get that out of here. Get that Pokemon shit away from Nintendo.
And apparently Sword and Shield is having a debacle.
It's not good. By the looks of it, it looks very, very rough.
For some reason they decided that you those previous Pokemon, you don't really want to play with those characters. We can.
I think it's fine though, because it's Game Freak's first time doing a 3D console.
And of course, I 100% believe that they're gonna be patching it so that they can get more stuff into it at a later date. But I mean, come on.
Well, I think they're probably just gonna do something like they did with the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Like, they're gonna put this out, they're gonna make sure everything works, and they're gonna get people hooked onto it, and then they're gonna release. They do what Nintendo always does, where they put out the okay version, and then they give you the black shiny version like a year later, so you spend double the bucks.
That's how they get you. And,
listen, there's already a mobile game that's coming out that has people more excited for the mobile game than the actual main game.
I don't know. I'm pretty excited for the main game.
Yeah,
I'm finding it a bit hard to be quite as forgiving, because I'm going back and checking out some of the animation stuff. With for example, Pokemon Stadium.
Aren't they all the same though?
1 and 2. No, the animation quality for a fucking N64 game that they did back then makes Sword and Shield look like a joke. So I'm actually very skeptical.
I don't know why you wouldn't bring up Coliseum. Well, I don't know why you're going all the way back to Stadium, but
just to show the fact that well,
I know, but still, no. There's no way it's gonna not look as good as freaking Stadium.
Okay, alright, yeah, okay. Look, I'm kind of turned off by how jank Sword and Shield looks. I'm kind of disappointed, but when I do get my Switch, I will probably still go around to giving this a chance. But if this that we're looking at is the release version of the game, or close enough to it, then that does bother me. So,
well, let me just paint you a picture here, okay?
Yeah.
From things that I already know and you already know here. So the fact that they had to make an official statement after E3 saying there weren't going to be any other generations in Sword and Shield tells you that they were trying to crunch the numbers to see at this point to see if they could still add it in before the launch date. Okay, so I'm assuming that the demo they had was very rough, that they showed at E3, and that because they're not going to go ahead and do that before the launch, I bet that all they're going to do is start polishing and doing everything else as fast as possible, because that's kind of how Nintendo does what Sega doesn't.
Right. I would like to see both the animation quality and the overworld too.
See, that's the thing. Is like that's
quite a lot of work put in. Yeah.
That's the thing, is that it was so basic. Like, there's got to be more to it. Like, they're gonna clean it up. Like, it's the first mainline Pokemon game to be on a console ever.
Yeah.
The Switch sound like hotcakes. They wouldn't allow something that polished and fully formed to be on the Switch as a first-party game. There's no way.
Listen, I was just sold when they showed Dark Souls on with Pokemon. I was just like, fuck, here we go again.
I mean, gosh, I just bought Final Fantasy VII for the Xbox because the Xbox version and the Nintendo Switch versions are the only ones that Pat told me to play, because the PC one has serious compatibility issues right now. And I hesitantly bought the Xbox One version because I'm at Xbox One right now, and I almost thought it would be worth it just to get it on the Switch, so that when I do get my Switch here in a little bit, that I could just play it on the go whenever.
Yeah. No, like I do get what you're saying about this being like a new challenge for Game Freak, since this is the first time with the Switch, but I wish that they had like a stronger first showing, because they should have realized that this backlash was going to come.
Well, yay and nay. Because, like I said, like Nintendo for first party Nintendo, they have such a huge standard for quality.
Yeah.
And number two is, I don't know if you know as much as I do about Sun and Moon, but Sun and Moon, with the sprites they used, so with typical sprite design, you would design a sprite and then you would design different arrangements for the arms, legs, faces, expressions, things like that, in which they would overlap on the main sprite body. With Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, they didn't do this. What Game Freak did is they made an individual sprite for every single action, and that's why it's so smooth.
Oh, okay.
And so when they say that it's taking them too long to do the 3D process for all the Pokemon, I believe them, because they literally do it the oldest and most like reformed way possible, because it looks so much smoother and looks so much better than just swapping out parts and such like that, like a lot of games do, which can be look good and can be optimized, but it's almost like a different art form when you do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
If you're not good with that, then take a bunch of Pokemon figurines, smash them together, and there you go. There's the.
Or
there's
you
the
can
old
just
style.
you can just be 10 years old and go play Yokai Watch.
Yeah, sure. But hey, you know what? Another draw-in for this game is you can do Scottish accents while streaming it, even though it's in fucking Britain.
I will admit those memes do
UK.
make me chuckle quite a bit.
As someone who is Scottish, I will be doing that. And I'll be getting extremely drunk during those streams.
Yeah, see, I'm just wondering if you'll be able to palette swap the NPCs. For those who are keeping up.
I have not heard about that.
I'll explain it to you later.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's important that we don't actually record anything damaging.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yep.
I know
So,
where
yeah.
you're coming from.
I guess as a quick summary, I do wish that they had the foresight to realize this backlash would have come, but they do have time to. They have time to pull up their pants and.
That's the thing. They have plenty of time to polish.
Yeah.
Because it's not like in the old days when you had to get this sort of stuff to like the factories way in advance to get like burning DVDs and putting them in packages. It's so fast, especially with the shipping networks we have now. It's ridiculous what things you can do last minute with games.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, it feels like they were trying to push the envelope and see if they could get more generations in there before they officially made a statement.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's probably why the demo didn't look as polished. But
now, I hadn't played either Sun or Moon, so I will say that I 100% did not know about the tricks that they did with the models there to smooth them out. So I am happy to hear that they're putting in that work. So thank you for letting me know. Yeah.
Well, it's not just Sun and Moon. That's what they've done for all the games.
Yeah.
Ever since the beginning. But the technology's up there that it looks so smooth that you can hardly tell that it's completely different models and not the same model with just swap outs. And but no, like the 3D and the Sun and Moon was remarkable. It was the most visually stunning Pokemon we ever had, and it looked like leaps and bounds ahead of X and Y. So
yeah, man. Tom Nook can only whip as hard as he can. You know, he can't whip any harder.
Well, now it's Doug Bowser that we have to watch out for, actually. Doug Bowser.
So, also in the news of Nintendo, still on Smash Brothers. Banjo Kazooie boys.
Banjo and Kazooie.
Yeah, so by this point in the podcast, just add the guy from Avatar that was foaming at the mouth clip. That was basically me during the review.
You did seem quite excited based on your status updates, yeah.
No, Banjo Kazooie is my most favorite game of all time. Still within the 28 years that I've lived.
Yeah, you are definitely the biggest mark for Banjo here for sure. Yeah,
a huge Banjo weeaboo.
Mm-hmm.
Betrayed my own country for the world of Banjo.
Big old
Kazooie.
Banjo, huh?
Yeah, everyone should have giant googly eyes and talk in that weird way.
Banjos that just come out of nowhere.
So the big thing though is, are we going to be getting stickers from Conker's Bad Fur Day though?
It's possible.
Are we?
Can we get assist trophies?
Yeah.
From Conker's Bad Fur Day?
Where's my?
If we don't get Mumbo Jumbo as an assist trophy.
I just want to see Grintilda fly in and get some of her classy voice on my Smash Ultimate. Yeah.
From what I've seen with Joker being announced, all they did was they announced the character but not anything else. So Banjo and the heroes could be getting stages, but I think the heroes from Dragon Quest have already been. The stage for it has already been announced, but they haven't announced anything for the Banjo-Kazooie stages or anything like that, right?
It's Spiral Mountain.
Spiral Mountain
they did.
Was announced, since Joker was announced by himself, they had more time to give him the spotlight, so we got to see his stage from Persona 5. Plus some of the bonus content.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for the hero from Dragon Quest, it seems like it's mainly going to be just him. But Spiral Mountain's going to be coming with Banjo too. Yeah, should be good.
From both of these little out there announcements for Smash, I was kind of expecting a little bit more out there. Because both of these were super expected, and I'm just
but
coming.
That's for the next one. Because the only thing they haven't touched on yet is indie characters.
They did touch on it a little bit, but not as in a actual playable character.
Yeah, they.
So I'm predicting Shantae.
And I would still like her, but that's that's a huge stretch. So I do understand.
Shantae as a sticker character. Yeah.
No, fucking Christ.
As an Echo Fighter, yeah.
An Echo Fighter of who?
That's Pack 2. Pack 2.
Yeah,
we all know
Echo Fighter of Banjo.
Oh.
See, Pack 2, like, they're obviously going to be a Pack 2. I mean, this is making a huge amount of money. Pack 2 is going to be Echo Fighters. Like, nothing but Echo Fighters. So you finally have your goddamn Waluigi.
It would be very cost efficient. You wouldn't have to put in nearly as much work for it. So yeah, I could see that.
Like, no, but we'll still put stages and we'll still put music. Yeah. But as for characters, hey, look, Waluigi, it's Luigi, but instead of his vacuum, I don't know, he's using a fucking tennis racket.
The meme is dead, but he is not. He has returned.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Sans is already in the game, so you don't need to add him.
Yeah. Not necessary anymore. You're right.
So the only ones I can see is like Shantae.
Yeah.
Or shit, who was it?
Jack Skellington.
No. As an indie rap.
Goku.
I forget. Yeah, Goku's a very indie character.
Goku
fresh
Rose.
and new. The only other thing I could see is maybe Monster Hunter because of that.
Yeah.
Because of
big Monster Hunter and all that is for both us and Japan.
Yeah. Rathalos is a boss in and out. So yeah.
But we're not gonna get like Marvel vs. Capcom Monster Hunter. I think if we get a Monster Hunter rep, it's gonna be Monster Hunter Stories character. So it's like Pokemon Trainer.
I think it's going to be the
Monster Hunter
the
monsters.
cats from Monster Hunter as a playable.
I would be down for Palico.
And then all his like side Bs are like, oh, this Monster Hunter is appearing out of nowhere to do something. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, they also have their own gadgets.
But yeah. Other than that, I think we kind of went over what Nintendo did. Like, most importantly.
They did it.
Of course, we can all agree that Nintendo may have won.
They might have won, yeah.
And in second
like
place
they
is
do every year.
I mean, I was going to say microtransactions, but it's an apt comparison to Microsoft, but yeah. Microsoft is second.
In the end, we as gamers won.
That's true.
Gamers did rise up this year.
For the past couple of years, yeah, it's been a pretty a consistent strong showings from Nintendo. It's a good time to own a Switch, which I should be getting on.
Oh yeah, they did announce for some reason, not as DLC, but a second part to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
which is
Breath of the Wild too?
First,
weird.
Yeah.
We get saltwater Daddy Ganon.
For them saying, hey, this Legend of Zelda is going to get number 2 to it. It's like, could be DLC.
Obviously, that's just a working title because it's an open world game. Why would you make a number? It doesn't.
But what a goddamn surprise again this year! I did not get my Dark Cloud 3. I did not get my Lost Kingdom 3, and no one got their goddamn Half-Life 3.
And no one got Glover 2.
I know, right?
The shame.
Sterling didn't even get his Ape Escape. Didn't even get that.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
You know what? They did show a 20th anniversary trailer for all the games, but nothing. Thanks. Thanks, Japan. Thanks.
No Ape Escape for you.
This ape on the Switch, right?
This ape has escaped from you once again, Sterling.
No, that was like really weird because like it was like I think like 3 days after E3, like the Japanese PSN channel on YouTube was like, oh yeah, here's a guy in a Ape Escape costume talking about stuff in Japanese. And then, oh, here's all the trailers that we have for all these previous Ape Escapes. Thanks, bye. Like, what? Okay. Awesome. Thanks for nothing.
Can you please tell me something else?
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that they have something coming up because I didn't understand the Japanese, but they just literally just did that. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Well, you missed the part where they're like, and now here's David Hayter talking about Monkey Gear Solid.
So yeah, there's that, but there was some stuff here and there in the other conferences that we could talk about.
Is there though? I mean, so Google announced the pre-order for Stadia.
Yeah. Stadia,
and no one is interested. Zero.
Nobody
interest.
besides games journalists.
Like the people that were working on the Stadia that have access to the highest of frame rates of internets and all that cracker jazz. Like, oh yeah, it definitely works. Oh yep, mm-hmm. And
you gotta have a good fucking setup, or else you're getting jack shit.
Yeah, getting 2 frames on Doom every minute. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a concept, it's still very like, what? Come on now. It's really just, yeah. All the legal stuff and all that cracker jacks. It's weird. Then there was Microsoft stuff, which we kind of went over, but it was cut from the podcast because cough cough somebody Sean cough
Because
cough.
Sean wouldn't stop saying, racial slurs.
Yeah.
Classic Sean.
Yeah.
That's our boy.
Yeah. It's a shame. It's 2019, Sean. Come on. But yeah, nah.
Say no to hate.
Yeah, there was some stuff. Not really too much to go over, but they announced its new console type thing. Oh, frame rates we've never seen before. 120. Oh, never seen before. Trademarked. Scarlet, right? Scarlet is the thing?
Yeah, Project Scarlet, yeah.
Which, okay.
It's just the working name,
yeah.
but
Yeah, I still say I forgot what I said last time, but I think I said the X was going to be its name. But yeah.
The X Zone.
Yeah.
You go from X Bone to X Zone.
From Xbox One to the X.
The X. Fuck. They would. I would not put it past them to call it the X.
It's going to be the Xbox 2.
Oh no.
Yeah. With TOO.
Oof.
Yeah. Let's see here. Square Enix had a thing. Final Fantasy 7 was something.
Sort of.
And what you calls it? Kellogg's Adventures presents the Avengers is now a thing.
The Avengers stunt doubles get the mocap for the new game.
Yep. And apparently some of those bull shots were gameplay. Apparently. And I'm gonna say nah.
Nah.
No thanks. That's not gameplay, boy. Those were probably gameplay, but those were like pre-cinematic gameplay stuff, like this thing that you can do by pressing X. Yep, that's happening right now on screen.
I can't believe it.
And apparently it's gonna be a games as a service thing, which
subscription game. Yeah.
Which I have no idea how that works, but yeah, that's gonna be like the Division or whatever it's called, and what's the 343 stuff, Bungie stuff that they did?
Oh, Destiny 2.
Yeah, it's gonna be something akin to that, which I have no idea why they decided that, but okay.
Well, it just fits so well, spending endless amounts of cash over things that don't matter and watching the Avengers.
Gotta get my skin for Captain America. Gotta get.
Dude, man, I gotta unlock all 27 outfits for Hawkeye.
Yeah. So that's that. Anything else that was
Listen, the
necessary?
only thing our viewers have to remember is you're breathtaking.
Oh yeah,
You are
Cyberpunk.
breathtaking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The Cyberpunk thing
So just remember that, listeners. You're breathtaking.
with Keanu Reeves.
Keanu hands off Reeves.
Yeah. Featuring Keanu Reeves from the Fortnite series.
On a scale from
Featuring Keanu Reeves from Toy Story 4.
on a scale from 1 to plastered, how drunk was he?
I'd say about a 20. Let's see here. Cyberpunk. Anybody that really cares about it on this potty right now? I mean,
I'm kind of getting into it, and it wasn't just because of Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
It's because of the... Oh, so there was some gamer news, so give me 1 second here. I gotta look it up.
I'm more interested in going back to see what that Cyberpunk point and click was than actually, seeing what that is. But, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Okay, yeah. So there was some controversy here with this Cyberpunks since last time we talked about the director, because apparently in the E3 demo, you go up against the Juicers and the Voodoo Crew.
Yeah.
And the Juicers are apparently a majority black gang that goes after like drugs and is hardcore drug users and suppliers. And the Voodoo Crew is like these Haitian Jamaican descendants who are oddly cultish and religious. And let's see here.
Makes sense.
So Adam Badowski was... Some game journalists were appalled by this, that you had to shoot and kill through 2 black gangs in the demo, which are just a fraction of the factions. And and some of them called them racist caricatures. And some people called Adam Badowski someone who made a game that's like a white supremacist dream. And turns out that Adam Badowski is actually a black man.
Ooh.
So, and not only that, but he had the people who came in for the gangs, especially for the Voodoo Crew. They came in and they are actually Haitian voice actors. Who said, "Oh yeah, man!" Like he brought them up, he showed them the final product, everything like that. They said, "Oh wow, this is amazing! You got this down pat." Because down in the Caribbean, there is this weird like voodoo like magic and like family orientation in like their gangs and like this semi quasi Catholic religious state as well. And it seemed like he had just pictured it perfectly, because they thought it was a great game. They brought great representation for their people instead of being racist caricatures. So that was a big bomb that dropped on that right after the whole Keanu stage presence. So oopsie, game journalists doing oopsie for once.
so which game's being more racist now? Xenophobic Japan Pokemon or your typical American Cyberpunk?
Quaint. Well, I hope all my
also,
characters
Wooly's
are
in the game.
And
He's
Cyberpunk.
in the game.
Oh yes, that's right. That article came out where you can have any sort of sexual orientation in Cyberpunk 2077, but all of them have to be Christian. You can't change religion.
Yep. They're God-fearing people.
You just can't do it, man. There's only so many choices you can have in a game.
Gotta go to mass after that mass shooting.
I thought that
Professionals.
that you were about to say you can have any kind of sexual orientation that you want in a Sword and Shield. They're like, no.
I mean, sort of.
Well, no, Sword and Shield has a different problem on its hands right now.
Then my brain auto-corrected it for me, and it's like, no, that's not how that works. You don't put that in a game, in a Pokemon game.
At least one that's made by freaking Game Freak and not
Yeah.
Eli.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
that's true.
So,
Let's see. Anything else? Any other big news? Any other big games?
not really.
I'm just happy that Phantasy Star is being.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like,
Fantasy
coming
Star
out.
2 online.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I continue to look forward to Streets of Rage 4,
Uh-huh.
and that will fit the hole that was created by. Actually, no. You know what? I was about to say fit the hole created by Battletoads, but I've never cared about Battletoads, so I'm taking that back right away.
And nobody cares about it now either.
Right. But I've been a Streets of Rage fan since I was like fucking 7 years old. So yes, 4, come to me as fast as possible. Streets of Rage 4, please.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
Now I've seen people try and defend the new Battletoads, and that's fine if you don't care about it and the art style appeals to you. But the reason the original Battletoads looked so nice is because it looked like a freaking Saturday morning cartoon comic show. Like,
Yep.
And that's the thing is that we don't have that kind of thing anymore. We don't have that like big bulky like muscly '80s guy look anymore, you know, and. And I don't like the pixel. I don't like the pixelate. Like, how do I say it? Like, they got it's not pixel art per se, but it's like that pixelization, that style, where they have the rough edges that are almost look like pixels because in a video game, you know. And it's just not my aesthetic, and that's why I don't like it. It's never going to be as, I don't know, probably as grounded as the original, as far as like controls. Because you can't really beat tank controls, man. Like, but like people, it's so weird for people to be like, oh well, you have your opinion, but this is why you're wrong, you know. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine, you know. If you want to like it, that's great, but I don't like it. But then they're gonna sit there and preach to you about how, you know, oh, it's not Cal Art style, you're just being weird and blah 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 blah, and you don't know there's so many talented people that worked on this game. I'm like, oh, that's great, still not gonna buy it.
I believe we call that art style in between frames in anime.
Oh yes.
Oof.
Yes, we call that the on sale animation.
Oh boy.
But hey, you know, the other thing that was in the Nintendo Direct is at least I got my Spoopy game to be released. Hopefully by Spoop time.
Oh yeah.
So we got our Luigi's Mansion 3 with Gooigi.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Gooigi. Yeah. With all that Rule 34. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Gooey boys, yeah.
So kids, go on Google right now. Take your safe search off.
Type in Gooigi. Turn off high. You know, like the
Safe
image
search
control on
off.
Google, and
Yeah.
or even better, just go on Bing because they don't care about that sort of stuff.
We
That's the
all-
one reason to use Bing.
We know that you all already searched the pink gold peach without that search on.
And Peach in the cat suit, yeah.
Baby pink gold peach. Fuck,
Oh,
they
boy.
got so ridiculous with those characters.
Yeah. I was a fan of the first one, the Luigi's Mansion, but
Oh yeah.
I can't be
I like
cared
both.
enough for the second game. It was too numbery gamey-ish, and it was just the ghosts weren't as cool as the first one. But yeah.
Luigi's Mansion 1, I genuinely think is going to be one of those games that's thought back on like positively, pretty much like a forever. Like you're not going to be able to stain Luigi's Mansion 1. Yeah.
But at least they're re-releasing it on the Switch too as well, which I think they already did, right?
Really?
That is
working
until
on that. I think
Waluigi
they're working
Mansion
on it.
comes out.
Yeah. Or was it just for the 3DS, the one that they re-released?
I'm not sure.
Big thinks. So anything else that really stood out to us?
Gaming, no.
It's a good year for video games. I will say that.
It was a good
Overall,
first
it's a good
3 months for video games. I don't know about the next ones, but yeah.
We shall see.
So anything else that we want to talk about before we end this little potty?
Well, it does suck that we have to wait an entire year for the Switch to release Lego Island 3.
I mean, come on, but they did announce Lego FIFA, so you know.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, Legos and my Forza.
That's Forza. That's not FIFA Forza. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And my Forza.
In my Christian Forza. Oh. But yeah, no. Like, what's more ridiculous than Lego movies that don't do well? Lego in a in a game that has the most realistic racing engines. Like, oof.
Just because some dude was playing, Lego Racers on his N64 that day, and he's like, just make a level of it. Hit those nostalgia planks down.
Yeah.
Oh well, we'll see if they sell like 100,000 copies.
Yeah.
Oof. There's only so many Forza fans out there, and there's only so many Lego fans out there. Oh well. Okay. Anything else?
I recently finished a whole anime. Ah! Oh,
Whoa.
I finished one start to finish, and it's done. And it didn't take as long as Cowboy Bebop. Who would have thought? That's alright. I recently finished Gundam, and I'm going to be talking about that with Sterling soon. That's Gundam 79. I liked it.
Yeah. How does it compare to other things that you've seen?
The only other mecha franchises that that have really seen start to finish are good old Neon Genesis and also Gurren Lagann, and it's up there with both of them, to be honest with you. Not visually.
Yeah, of course.
Like
it's still
like
it's still surprising what they accomplished animation-wise, but yeah, it's still like ooh.
Absolutely.
Some people forgot their rulers at home.
Yes. It's I will say, like, with my dying breath, that it's genuinely impressive how well they were able to do, considering this was 1979. But if you were to put this out nowadays, it would get fucking laughed out of the room right away. But yeah, for the standards of 79, there is some clean clean animation in there for quite a few segments. A lot of recycled animation, unfortunately, but it's still fun. And yeah, really looking forward to getting more in depth on that. Amuro and Char's rivalry. I can see now why it's so beloved. And yeah, great fucking anime. Way up there with some of the best that I've seen. Holds up. The storytelling.
No,
in particular.
this is just going to be like an out there question, but from what you've seen from that Gundam, like they focus way too much on, oh hey, people like that Gundam show because the robots, right?
So you're basically asking me what are my thoughts on Dynasty Warriors Gundam?
Well, like, I mean, the thought of, oh, hey, that Gundam series was popular, right? It's not because of the story, right? It's because of the Gundams themselves and all the mobile suits fighting each other, right?
Oh, of course, everyone.
Sterling, do you honestly think people give a shit about Daemon? Not just the Gundam itself?
Yes.
I like Big Robot. He's got a laser gun. He shoots you with a laser.
Epic the Shining Finger would have been if it didn't have his goddamn talking jar in it.
As long as I get my robot fight with the big laser gun, I'm happy.
Well, that's another series that's like... Yeah. Go on.
No, like I obviously didn't know this going in, but I know it now. The actual human element and the really strict anti-war kind of philosophy within Gundam is actually its selling point. Like it's the strongest thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo! That's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just because you got shiny action figures. No, don't get me wrong. Those shiny action figures have designs that'll hold up really, really well. But that shouldn't be the one draw. No.
Yeah.
There's more to it than that, for sure.
And I think after that series, that's gonna be the opposite, pretty much.
The eighth MS team is next for me.
Yeah.
I'll let you know what I think.
Yep.
Get started on that Gundam seed.
Well, one day.
Yep. One day.
Who knows?
One day in the year 2077.
Oh, you scam.
Plus, Matt, I'm very sorry that you missed out on the mecha masterpiece that is B Betamon.
What?
Sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
I don't even know what you're talking
You
about.
don't know what Betamon is?
Battle Betamon? Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Don't be scaring us like that, man.
Yeah.
When you said B Betamon, I didn't quite know what you're talking about. But no, yeah. Battle Betamon. Yes, I did hear a little bit about it back when I was a kid. Metabots was more of my jam back when I was like 9 years old, but that's neither here.
Wooly.
Well, I was a dumb 9-year-old kid. I saw the robot fight, and then I said, "Yeah, look, he's got guns on his wrists." Oh,
Says the man who thinks mechas are iRobot.
That was a joke, and you know it.
I know.
That was the best gag for our fucking mecha podcast ever. We got our Metabot, we've got our iRobot. There you go.
So you never saw Bomberman load a Gundam with a giant bomb marble.
No, but
With his teeth.
No, but I did play the Bomberman GBA game back when I was a kid, the adventure one. That was pretty good. I had fun with that.
I still regret not buying one to fire marbles at my teacher. That's a huge regret. We tried with Beyblades, but it didn't quite work out.
Now Beyblades, that's the good mecha anime, right?
This is
Yeah, right.
Actually, isn't like a Beyblades a little dab of JoJo with them stands coming out of them?
They've got the top.
Oh yeah, no, they have
spirits,
the spirits of ancient beasts inside of them.
See?
Black Dronzer was my favorite because I was an edgy kid who loved edgy shit.
Much like JoJo,
Yeah.
it could also get ruined with motorbikes. Right, Bay Wheels, you piece of shit?
much like JoJo, there are plenty of racist accents in the English dub as well.
Yeah.
So with that, any lasting thoughts?
No, that's about it for me. Gundam was good. We can talk more about it later. That's about all for me. Very good, in fact. Very, very good series.
So what we looking at for this upcoming weeks? Maybe Josiah? Anything you
Looking out? Well, I'm playing Final Fantasy VII. So I've got Yahtzee, bongos, and beefaroni.
Oh, Beefaroni! I love you.
And so I'll be slowly drudging through that in my free time. But then also new anime season comes out next week, so gotta get on that. There's a couple. Let's see. I have it on my anime list. Give me just 1 second here on my anime chart. Here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so yeah, so there is. Is it okay to pick up girls in a dungeon? Part 2. There is Dr. Stone. There is a new one. This sounds interesting. It's an isekai, but it's another one that kind of turns it on its head. It's one of the ones that is a commentary on it, and parodies it and kind of inverts it. It's called Ari Fruita Shogugyo de Sekai Saikyo. And then, of course, the big boys, we got, those are just some of the minor ones. Dr. Stone's a big boy. Vinland Saga is a big boy. From the A+ manga, Vinland Saga. And we have, from the artist and author of Soul Eater, we have Fire Force coming out, which is his new manga that he's been working on for the last 3 years. Besides that, there is one other one that's a comedy manga about women who want to get into weightlifting, so they join a gym, and it's all with powerlifters with these huge guys. So these huge powerlifter guys, and then these high school girls who want to learn how to lift better. So
Okay.
it's a gag. So we'll see how good it is. From the trailer, it looked pretty hilarious. So, but that's all I've been seeing so far as stuff coming out with the new season. So that's what you should expect. Everything else is going to be low tier garbage. So, and yes, I know. Can you pick up a? Is it all right to pick up Chicks in a Dungeon? Part 2 is absolute schlock, but it has a good story in the background of it, actually. So. If you can wade through the fan service, it actually has a decent plot in there, and it's an actual fantasy anime that isn't an isekai. Did you know you could do that?
You can?
Well, apparently other people haven't, because guess what's been the only fantasy anime to come out in the last 6 years? Isekais. Any fantasy that is anywhere near as popular as this has been isekai, and everything. No fantasy strictly only stuff has come out recently that hasn't. Besides like the Senin stuff, like Goblin Slayer and a couple others that I can't think off the top of my head that are just more category breakouts than they are fantasy, but. It's hard to find a straight action adventure fantasy that is appropriate for all audiences. So every once in a while, I sneak in one, but it's so few and far between. But that's what I'm looking forward to this next week.
Cool.
Also, I'm seeing.
Sorry.
I'm seeing Midsommar on Tuesday. It's from the director who directed Hereditary.
Yeah.
So I'll make sure to talk about that next podcast.
Yeah. What about you,
John?
Yep.
Johnny, what are you looking forward to?
A live weeaboo translation of that Japanese name that Josiah just mentioned. It translated to, "Oh look, Gintama is now an isekai." Because that's the only parody anime. Bobo, it was just Gintama, disguised as another anime.
Was it
Dr.
though?
Slump, Gintama.
Yes, Dr. Slump was Gintama. Yes. Yep. No arguments there. Time is just a number, not relevant at all.
You know, if Poochie and Decay can prove anything, time really is just a number.
You have to be gay to time travel.
yeah, that's true. They're the only ones. June truly is the most powerful month of them all.
Just flies by.
I'm probably just gonna watch Kinnikuman Man again.
Yeah. We can all.
It's like that, and I don't know. I'll play some video game. Don't know which one yet, but some. Probably just Monster Hunter. That's my addiction right now.
I hear that you like it a lot.
Judging by until September, I am known as, instead of Common Writer, I am going to be Monster Hunter Surter.
Hell yeah.
So I might even check out Monster Hunter Stories, the anime, but it's a Monster Hunter anime, so I'm kind of scared.
The commercials were bad enough.
But then again, I also watched an anime based off a mobile game. Actually, 2 of them, Monster Strike and Puzzles and Dragons.
Hey, Puzzles and Dragons isn't too bad.
Yeah.
I can agree to that.
Monster Strike has We Will Rock You in an English version of it for an ending.
Just specific enough that it doesn't invoke copyright.
Yeah. But then again, Japan doesn't give a shit about copyright anyways.
Well, you can buy the rights for classic American songs there so easily.
Yeah. So if you want, beside or in your playlist of parodied music, you now can have Knights of the Zodiac, what is it? Iran or whatever.
That's right. I forgot that happened.
And you can have Monster Strikes. Oh, or is it Paradise City?
Maybe.
Probably.
Oh, I think it was Paradise City. It's one of the 2. We Will Rock You or Paradise City.
Both very good. Yeah. For English covers.
Yeah. For a woman singing in English.
I guess what I'm looking forward to.
Sweet hydration.
Water. Let's see here.
Mandatory moisture.
I'm just looking forward to another day, really. Nothing too much, nothing too less. I don't have anything on the horizon that I'm looking forward to. Oh, except I just finished a Digimon series, which took way too long because it was too bad. Which was Frontier.
It's a Digimon.
It was Frontier. It was bad. Not really recommendable, only for diehards, and even then, still not really all that recommendable. But Digimon Savers, on the other hand, oh boy, is that some kind of stuff there. I have
starting out pretty spicy.
I will say that Digimon Savers Agumon is way better than Adventure Agumon. Yeah, gonna stomp my foot on that little thing. 'Cause I'd rather have somebody who can fight me bare hand to hand. Oh boy. And I only saw the first 2 episodes so far, and I'm raring to go. So yeah.
Listen, if you thought some of this Digimon stuff is fucking dumb, wait till you watch Appmon.
Appley Monsters, yeah.
Yeah. I watched like 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's.
And the first episode was literally, "Hey, are you the main protagonist? Yes or no? Are you the main character? Not the main character. It's like, are you a main character?"
Mm-hmm.
It's like, who the hell would put no? No, I want to be that guy that works at the ramen shop in fucking Naruto.
Yeah, of course, always.
Yeah, he's OP, man.
Uh-huh.
Ichiban Ramen, man.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be the rower.
Yeah. But yeah, I have that to look forward to, and then Cross Wars or whatever. It's X Rose Wars. I guess it's Cross Wars because that's the only thing that looks like. And I guess after that, because that one has 2 seasons to it, which is like, okay,
yeah,
all right. I guess there's something in there.
Start doing real seasons again.
Then of course Appley Monsters, or in between that, it's Adventure 3, which I'm dreading to go back to, because if anything to
wait, there's an Adventure 3?
Yeah. Well, Adventure Try. I mean, cough, cough. Sorry.
Movies, yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Okay.
Excuse my English.
Okay. That's what I thought. I thought you were talking about that, but I'm like, no, is there an Adventure 3? I was searching my memories. I'm like, no, wait.
Yeah.
You know, good
So I was
things
a
can't
kid
come
growing
out
up.
in 3.
Well, there was a thing coming. I mean, growing up, you know, I had cable,
Yeah.
so I was able to watch all these when they first appeared on the American screen.
Oh, also, Digimon Savers dub is horrible.
Yeah, Savers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But no, yeah, Try is just hot garbage. Let me tell you, it starts out so strong, and it just turns into such a pile of garbage. So brace yourself.
So, and with that, I guess we'll call this a little podcast. Without further ado, don't eat them bananas. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.